You're listening to RTI Audio, powered by Rocky Top Insider. This is Pancakes and Bacon with VFL, Kyler Kerbison, and Reed Bacon.
Hello, Vol Nation. Welcome to another episode of Pancakes and Bacon. I'm your host, as always, Kyler Kerbison, joined with Reed Bacon. Have another amazing podcast. We are breaking down the film on Kaleb Beasley. We did this a while back, but had in the queue for a minute and wanted to give it to you guys. Before we get into that, if you're watching, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. Absolutely love the comments. If you're just listening, rate and review, download and re-download. It helps us so much, and follow us on all of those listening platforms that you have. You can also follow us on social media at Pancakes and Bacon on Twitter, at Pancakes and Bacon _RTI on Instagram. Follow Reed on Twitter at rbacon26, myself at Kyler Kerbison on all social medias. Let's jump on into this great podcast. All right, welcome in, everyone. As you can tell, I'm in the exact same outfit. So is Reed. We are talking recruits all day, putting these videos out at different times. But the recruit we're talking about today, the commit, I should say, not just recruit, is Kaleb Beasley, going to Lipscomb out of Nashville, and a great addition to this class, 4-star corner. Reed, before we get into him, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, Kyler. How are you doing? You're doing good? Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, great. I just feel like I have to say it, like just get it out of the way.
You look great, though, by the way. So,
thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to talk Kaleb Beasley, and I'm excited to hear what you think about Kaleb, because we both loved us and Marcus.
Oh, yes. And I thought about him while I was watching this tape, because obviously we just watched him. He's another DB, and we were raving about him, how great he is.
Yeah.
Kaleb Beasley's damn good too.
Yeah.
Damn good.
So before you get into your breakdown, so 6 foot, 179, Tennessee, Maryland, Arkansas State, Auburn, Clemson, Florida State, Georgia, LSU, Michigan, Notre Dame, Oklahoma. Very.
That's an offer list right there.
Yeah, nice offer list. Not as great as Jonathan Eccles, but almost basically everybody. I guess.
Hey, you're a defensive guy, and you throw Georgia in there.
Well, and I'm not, and I was looking for Saban. I was looking for Bama on here, and I don't see it. But yeah, you get Georgia in there, you get LSU in there, you get some of these. But yeah, great offer list, and I love the fact that he played for Trent Dilfer, because I know that program was run really, really well, and a lot like when we were at Catholic before Mark Pemberton left. It was run with that program that we were in. I was in it for 3 years. You were in it for 2 years. Was run like a college program. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like when I went to the University of Memphis, I mean, listen, Memphis is still a college. It's still a Division I collegiate football program. So it's like they had their shit together. Now, whether the coaching was that good, but like I'm talking like how they run the program, like the time, the different stuff. Like they're still good about that. But like coming from Catholic, it wasn't anything for me. I was like, this is I've been doing this for years now. And then like you get other kids are like, what's this? What's that? What's this? So I know that
Lipscomb,
that Trent Dilfer ran it like that. So anyways, what do you think about his film?
I mean, he impressed me a lot. 9 interceptions on the season. A lot of those, like, he puts himself in the right situation. He puts himself in the right spot. I thought he did a great job of reading quarterbacks, reading their eyes, reading wide receivers. I thought he did a great job too, because there were plays where he's in that zone. He's in maybe a cover 4 or cover 3, and he's the deep third. And he's got his hips open. He's almost icky shuffling down the field, and he's shifting towards the sideline or towards.
That's such an offensive lineman thing, but yeah, I got
it. Or like he's shifting towards the sideline or towards the middle of the field based off the wide receiver's route, while also keeping his eyes on the quarterback. It's like, wow, that's super impressive out of him. There was just multiple plays where I'm like, okay, literally just has a one-on-one jump ball versus a receiver and beats him immediately. Just is able to actually fall for a hitch fake and recover on the wheel that the guy tries to run, and then bats the ball away. And it's like your athletic ability to realize that, stick your foot in the ground, oh, wow, I came up. Actually, I need to go back and flip my hips is incredible. Let's see, what else? I just thought like his reaction time too, like seeing, hey, ball's going into the flats, I'm taking this off. Hey, this guy's actually running a dig, I'm putting my foot in the ground and coming up. Like just very impressive things out of him. I definitely see him as a corner for us. And I know we kind of alluded to like finding a guy that does play multiple, that plays different spots, that can play different spots. Him to me feels like predominantly corner. I wouldn't mind and wouldn't be upset if it was safety, because I've seen like some of his zone drops and his ability to stay in zone, but I wouldn't necessarily want him as like a nickel guy or a star guy. I think his tackling is okay. It's good. I'm not going to say it's bad by any means. But man, as a corner, I really like him. I really like his ability to work off the sideline. He uses it. He uses it a lot as his best friend. So I think this is a great get. I love the fact that it's a Tennessee guy, and we're keeping the guys in Tennessee here, because it's, you know, in the past you get impressive 4-star guys that are from Nashville and they go somewhere else. I mean, he does have an offer from the national champion 2-time, and he's choosing not to go there.
Yeah. No, so great point. It's always good to get, I mean, if you get out of your top 10, you want to get as many as you can. You know, you want to get, I mean, obviously it'd be great depending on what the roster needs are. You'd love to get 4, 5, 6 of them if you can. But like I said, it depends on the rosters and who fits your scheme and stuff like that. But I really like Kaleb. I would disagree with you about his tackling. Like, I think he's a very willing tackler, and I think he's pretty damn good at it too. And I think sometimes the willingness is almost as much for a guy like a corner. I mean, if they're willing to stick
not
their
coming up timid.
Yeah, just being a willing tackler, being like, I'm just, you know, not afraid of contact, or not being like, hey, I'm here to cover people. Like, I'll set the edge, but it's not my you know, my favorite thing to do. But I feel like he's very willing. Now, the thing about Kaleb is very much like Marcus, is that like they're just one of the best players on the field.
Yeah.
And they kind of just take over. And I love Kaleb's hips. He has good feet. He has good technique, it looks like, for a lot of stuff. I mean, dude tried to burn him.
Hey, explain that icky shuffle to me.
Well, you just said icky shuffle. It's just funny that you say that, because like really what you mean is just how he moves his hips and opens his feet and backpedals.
Yeah, well, it's like he starts into the back pedal, but then opens his hips to one side of the field, whether depending on how he's playing wide receiver, whether it be to the sideline or to the middle of the field. Right. And he stays in that position for a good 10 yards until he sees what that wide receiver is doing. Then he can flip to upfield or back towards the quarterback. So that position, that side, like you're facing sideways, I was like, yeah, it's like an icky shuffle, like going through the ladder, like a little icky shuffle.
Yeah, it's very routine. We do those all the time in practice where the DB coach will go like this and you start backpedaling, and then you go here and you open left, and you go here and you open right, and then they'll go here and you can run up, and then they'll come here, and that means they're going to throw it to you. So, but yeah, he's just the great thing about him is he's just very fluid, and he's very instinctive as well, and he just has that nose for football. You can see him like he's like if he sees it's a run play, he's kind of got that like bounce. He's like, okay, go. Like he shoots his gun really, really well, just like Marcus. And so it's like, you see him go back and get a punt, and he kind of fumbles it for a minute and then picks it up. He's not in a good position and he makes some moves. It's like, okay, well, there's the athlete piece. Like he's obviously
I don't know if he's great at catching punts, but he's good at returning them.
Well, it's just like, okay, there's the athlete part. There's the athlete portion of it. Okay, that's a check. And then I watch him in cover. It's like, okay, his feet. He shoots his gun well when he has to come up and make a break or make a tackle. He opens up and runs well if someone tries to get by him. He's very, very good at attacking the ball and high pointing balls. I mean, there's one that is like a punt. It's at Webb, of course. Webb, bunch of losers, but they throw it up, and I don't know if it was like a miscommunication or what, but he's just in the end zone by himself, and he still goes up in high points. I'm telling you right now, that was one of the most annoying and hard things to do as a defensive back. Like, it's almost like kind of awkward. Like you're literally jumping up and high pointing a ball when no one else is around, when you can really just kind of get ready to catch it and take off. So but those things matter. And like reading plays, like I said, reading one, going to two, reading two, going to one. I love him right here when he's in this man coverage, and he's there. He's got good technique. He's locked in, like I said, physically, no one's really getting around him. Now, I know that some of the people they've played is good competition, some is not so great a competition. But when they are not playing as great a competition as what they are, that's why I like to see he dominates. Like, what I mean? Like,
exactly.
If your competition's, equal as you need to dominate. And if it's not as good as you, then you definitely need to show out. So it's great, like I said, but he's just very active. Like, he's just a very, very – for example, we love Jordan, and like Jordan is a true great corner, and I love how sticky he was. But like, I don't think, if I'd have to go back and watch the film, but I don't think he's as active as Kaleb with interceptions. And that's not Jordan's fault. Maybe people aren't throwing him at him, but I mean, Caleb's here, putting his foot in the ground, going making tackles, getting interceptions, big hitting people. He's got a couple fumble
recoveries.
Yeah, fumble recoveries that he takes. I mean, here's another punt. So I really like him. I definitely see him being a true corner, which I think is special. Like, if you can be a true outside corner, you can be really, really good and make lots of money.
I love what these coaches have done, like who they're searching for and who they're finding, like these 6-foot corners that are like real deal, like lockdown guys. I love that. Like, let's play some man defense, huh?
Well, that's what they want to do. I mean, they want to play man, and they want to pin their ears back and come. I mean, they've been saying it for years now that they're going to be aggressive, and as aggressive as they are on offense, they're going to be as aggressive on defense, and they've shown it. So kudos to them. But I mean, you get some guys that can take away the side of the field. It really, really changes. You don't have to double somebody. If there is a top dog receiver coming into Neyland, and it's like, well, we don't really have to worry about them because we got Jordan, or we got Ricky, or we got Mark, or we got Kaleb. It's whoever. I mean, that's a big deal. You don't have to worry about shading you don't have to worry about shading a safety over the top. You don't have to worry about getting your nickel to maybe watch a little bit from the hook curl, or flat or whatever.
Watch the underneath. I mean, hell, they put him on an island at Lipscomb. They were like, you have that whole side of the field. Take it. Like they did it to him there. Like he's used to it by now. He's used to that pressure. And like what you were saying, like I don't even know if it's necessarily like his smarts or just his instincts, but like he's just where he needs to be at all times.
All the time.
All the time, he's where he needs to be. He's close enough to the flat guy to give them help, but then farther enough back to cover the shot play. And like just in perfect position multiple times. I'm just super impressed by it. Like, and I like it looks like a combination of instincts reacting to what the offense is giving him, and then also just technique, like using the appropriate technique, opening his hips, being fluid, like you said, and not like leaning, not like getting overzealous and like trying to go after something, being patient. Like, I mean, I'm super impressed by him. I think like nine interceptions in a season is hard to do. I don't care who you are.
It's a 9-minute long highlight tape, and I'm about the 5 minute. I just went back 5 minutes, 6 minute. He if he's in man, he's playing press every time. I've not seen him walk off of anyone. Which listen, if you got the athletic ability and the willingness and the hands and the eyes and all of that to play man, kudos to you. It's impressive. Now you can play man without having to play press. But I'm going to tell you, they've tried to do it to him where they press and they say, okay, we're going to take a shot on him, beat him off the line, get around him, and we're going to throw a shot over his head. And it's just like every time it's like
that ain't happening.
There's nothing. Like he's in perfect position. It's either the throw's overthrow or he's going to get a bat on the ball. I mean, every single time he is pressed. I mean, he is out here. And then there's one year where there's a kid that's bigger than him, comes off, really gets – I mean, this kid has a chance to just drive him because he comes off the ball and Caleb's impressed. So then he realizes quickly this guy's engaging him as a blocker. And, I mean, there's a spot where I've got it –
push-pull.
Freeze frame, yeah. There's a freeze frame right here, and there's one Lipscomb guy that's kind of turning the running back in, but besides that, it's nothing. And he push-pulls and throws this guy like a rag doll and then shoots his gun and comes up, breaks down, and makes a really, really nice form tackle and drives the guy out of bounds. And you're over here knocking on his tackling, a bunch of losers.
I didn't knock on anybody's tackle. I said it was good.
I
said it wasn't great.
I think it's really good. But I'm going to tell you what, like I said, besides athleticism, right place, right time, how fluid he is, his feet, his hips, it's super, super impressive. Like I said, Marcus didn't have this because Marcus was more of that nickel. Jordan maybe is the only one that others had this, but it's like every time you look, dude's press. I think Jordan backed off some, which, like I said, it's fine to back off some. I mean,
yeah,
you can play it however you want it, but it's just really, really impressive that it's like next tape or it's like next clip, press, next clip, press, next clip. Dude, it stresses me out just thinking about it for him. You know?
Yeah, I know.
So to kind of wrap up, I think he's fantastic. I think the fact that we've watched that we love Jordan, we love Ricky, we like those guys from last year. There were some guys that are still on campus that are younger guys that are transfers in that I still think that people don't need to forget about. But then when we got these two dudes coming in, honestly, you need so many of them that you're going to see a couple more DBs get plucked or transferred. But I know for a fact, and I haven't talked to them, but I know for a fact that our coaches turn these films on and they feel great about these two corners coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everything. It's everything that you would want in a corner. So,
and they definitely feel like they got steals out of these guys too. Like these guys are perfect for exactly what they want.
Yeah. I mean, dude, he's on the wide side of the field right here against CPA. They all do it, man. They all do it, and I get why these high school coaches are do it. But I mean, it's he's way spread out there by himself.
Nerve-wracking.
He's way spread out there by himself. It's an island. He's impressed. And CPA, they all do it. They all, let their running – because each one of these high schools is going to have at least a burner, you would think. And they're, all right, go run by him. It's just like Caleb's just right there. It's like it's just nothing for him. So very impressive. But anyways, good pod.
Yeah, great pod. Breaking down Caleb. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. If you are watching, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. If you're just listening, rate and review, download and re-download, and follow us on all those listening platforms that you may use. Also, follow us on social media at Pancakes and Bacon for our main account on Twitter, at Pancakes and Bacon _RTI on Instagram. You can also follow Reed on Twitter at rbacon26. You can follow myself at Kyler Curbiston on all social medias. But Really appreciate you guys. You're the best. Thank you so much for being the best fans in the world. And as always, go Vols.